welcome to Banking Champions Live. I have invited Mr. Ninad Karpe here on conversation with us to share some insights into what he has observed amongst the fintech fraternity, amongst the investors fraternity. Ninad Karpe, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Babu. Delighted to be here. Delighted to be part of a panel in which Naveen will also be speaking.
Ninad Karpe is a very distinguished CEO of the IT industry. He was heading Computer Associates and then CA Satyam and back to Computer Associates. He was the managing director of Aptech, president of CII Western Chapter. Welcome, Ninad, to the show. The other interesting gentleman I want to introduce you to, he is again a fintech innovator himself. He started this company, It's Cash, which was one of the pioneers in its own kind. And of course, after offloading himself from the company, he got into building up the community. He has been a part of IAMAI. He is mentoring a lot of fintechs. He is the co-chairperson of the Fintech Association. He also has a credential of launching India's first fintech festival called as India Fintech Festival. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Naveen.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Ninad, let me first come to you. You have done this interesting survey on fintechs and a lot of interesting revelations from what has been in the minds of the fintechs as well as in the minds of the investor fraternity and the financial services fraternity. If you can give us a small peek into what you have understood as a part of this research, and who all did you speak to in this research?
Thank you, Babu. Yes, we spoke to 294 people, which included startup founders and investors. Investors included, family offices, HNIs, VC firms. So it's a very broad-based survey, qualitative, quantitative. The idea was we were hearing a lot of anecdotal evidence or stories. So we thought, let's put it together. So it's a fairly comprehensive survey. Let me give some couple of very, very significant highlights of the survey. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want detail, you can always download it from our website. Firstly, the most striking thing was that roughly 78 to 80% of both the investors and the founders felt that there is no prolonged winter. So this is something, a term which was used across the industry, across everyone. And they've mentioned that there won't be a prolonged winter. Within 12 months, we should be able to, this thing, economy will recover within 12 months. That was the first point. And most interestingly, obviously, there was worry about what to do. So obviously, cost reduction. Most of the people did not mention about staff layoff. They mentioned about restructuring salaries and connected to staff restructuring. So that was another interesting point which they mentioned. In terms of investments into startups, obviously, investors felt that they are interested, but it is not that they will delay it indefinitely. There's a temporary slight lull in the activity, but all of them said that dialogue is on. We will continue to talk. So overall, it came as a bit of a surprise to us, pleasant surprise, fortunately, that although there is worry within the investor community and the startup community, it is not as deep-rooted as people had mentioned. There is still optimism. Investors are still ready to invest in all weather businesses.
Everyone said that controlling the cost or looking at streamlining the cost is an important aspect. So from the advisory that can be given to the fintechs, what kind of costs are the areas where most of the organizations are looking to pruning in or reining in those kind of costs, and what kind of areas are where they feel that it is okay to bear with that cost?
Ninad has a lot more details with the survey, but I would say anything that you could postpone or not do today and would not affect your revenues today, it should be, that's a very simple benchmark. Because for each type of entity, the area of cost that you will cut down will be different. I mean, there are places where you would want to save things like rent. There are places where you would want to look at salaries. There are places you would look at marketing. But in some other cases, probably some of those critical. So one will have to really look at from that laser lens and say, hey, what is our organization standing for? Which is the most critical asset? That at anyhow you have to protect. Everything else that you can kind of postpone till tomorrow, even if it is one paisa, postpone or delay it or stop it.
Perfect. Great. Ninad, your take?
Sure. So I have a formula. I call it a 3C formula: conserve cash, cut cost, collect receivables. Let me speak a little bit about cut cost. Cut cost to the bone, but not the bone itself. So don't cut cost on product development. Don't cut cost on R&D, your innovation, the basic thing. In fact, if at all, you might want to increase it. Everything else, relook. Whether it is a rent, why do you need to pay that? Salaries need to be restructured. I have propagated that have a model of 100% variable salary, even for back-end people. Think out of the box of ensuring that's a lean machine. Each item of cost needs to be relooked, except the basic ones, the most important one, which is R&D, innovation, and your product. Product is something to take you long term. Everything else, relook.
Singapore FinTech Festival, the one before this, the IMF chairperson was also talking about why seriously regulators should look at digital currency. I'm sure that there are a lot of talks in India also towards that. What is your take on it? How soon everything that is digital suddenly gets into the flow? So, what is your take, both of you, if you have done any study or thinking on it?
Sure. So this is one of my most favorite topic, and very few people know that we actually, in my first business, which I started in 2000, actually created a virtual currency in,
I see.
in 2000. I can't call it currency, but let's say digital money. It was called Intrax. And since then, this subject has always intrigued me, and we have tried to talk to RBI in multiple times. And there was one CGM, Mr. Chuk. During that time, we had done a lot of experiments on to if RBI was to issue a digital currency, what kind of dashboard they will have, and if we as a simple PPI that time were to do, how they can monitor sitting there as to what we have issued, how it has been done. We have gone to that length. Uh, Unfortunately, and I'm being very direct here, that there's a lot of talk but less action. I mean, everyone knows that we have to move in that direction, but we keep hearing that, hey, we are still early. And I've been trying to say that, hey, we take anyway 10 years to implement anything. If we don't start now, when would we start? And we've seen China, they have taken advantage and they're actually starting issue probably even pay wages to some of their government officers, probably by next month in digital currency. So I would say that for a country like India, where 85% physical cash exists, and by the way, every other payment instrument or a form of digital payment instrument is completely inferior to physical cash when it comes in the multiple features. The only thing that can beat is a digital legal tendered government or government backed RBI issued currency.
What new things you think you will see in the next few years now?
There are a lot of things which can happen, and Naveen alluded to the regulatory challenges in some of them, which still need to be resolved. I think in this tough times when we need to grow really fast, hopefully the regulatory authorities will see the need to fast track some of these changes, which will help us grow faster. We are reaching an unemployment level of 26%, which is very high. So the need to ensure faster growth, and fintech is an engine to this. Unless fintech grows, the entire economy will not grow. So what are the broad areas? All everywhere. Whether it's insurance, health, insurance, all insurance, financial services, everywhere, mutual fund, everywhere, banking, credit rating, everywhere, the technology-based applications will make a big difference. It is now mainstream. A lot of these guys have been very slow in adapting to it. They don't need to in some of these cases. They have no choice now but to embrace it. And across all sectors, all tech-based stuff is going to become the heart of industry. They are forced to do it, and it will happen.
That is an interesting way to conclude this conversation. Thank you, gentlemen. We had a very lovely time talking to both of you. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining in. And we look forward to more active interactions like this.
Thank you. Thank you, Babu.
Thanks,
Good to be
Ninath.
here, Naveen. Thank you.
Thank you, Babu. Nice meeting you, Ninath.
Thanks, Naveen.